Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. I finally finished the grind for the free-to-play EZA LR. Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta Jr. This grind took way too long. The drop rates for both the units and both sets of medals are honestly just ridiculously bad, and I don't know why. Like, we're in 2022, we don't need bad drop rate story events. Like, just scrap them. Scrap them. I'm not saying you have to give me, like, 20 of each thing, like, off one run. But I can't be doing runs for medals with boosts on and getting none. Okay, so can we change that in 2022, please? Because this grind was horrible. But we finally finished them. Unfortunately, I haven't heard the best things about them, so the grind might not even be worth it. Okay, the grind might not even be worth it. So I'm very reserved. We have them on a Super Saiyan's team, probably the better place I could run them in terms of getting, like, the important attack links active. This guy's going to be giving them attack and defense plus 30% as well. We're going to see how they do. So let me know what you think of them down in the comments. As always, if you do me a huge favor as well before we do hop into it, drop a like on the video and subscribe if you are new. And I thank you for all the kind words recently and all the support. Let's keep that going, guys. But yeah, if you could do me that huge favor, that would be great. Let's hop into the original Goku event and see what they can do. Okay, so we have them on rotation immediately, actually linked up with the Yard Rat Goku, which is good. Actually one of their better linking partners, aside from their self. We also immediately have them on rotation with the support. So the only two links we're currently missing is GT, which is only a key link, which is fine. And Legendary Power, which of course on super attack gives us an extra attack plus 10%. So with the support of attack and defense plus 30%, turn 1, they have a 239k attack stat and 135k defense. So without it, you're probably still looking at, like, close to, if not a 200k attack stat, which is okay turn 1. They are a free-to-play LR, so that is okay. In terms of defense, probably like 80-90k, which isn't obviously the greatest. But they do build up defense in their passive, and also they do stack attack on 12 and 18 key. So that attack stat won't be... That attack stat will be going up a hell of a lot, especially if you do take them into, like, a longer event like this, or Vegeta or GT Goku event, where they're going to be more suited to build that attack stat up. So we're going to be able to get an 18 key off very easily straight away, which is good. But in terms of having a support unit, I mean, we do it standard, when it comes to showcase videos, but I mean, they don't really need it aside from the defense, because as I said, they're just going to continue stacking their attack. So they're on a 3 mil attack stat, so that means without the Goku there supporting them, you're talking like 2.5, 2.6 mil, which, I mean, for a free-to-play unit, it's okay. Like, it's alright, it's decent. But free-to-play LR that is also easy aid, without support, has a 2.5, 2.6 million attack stat turn 1. I mean, it's nothing too crazy. It's okay. I mean, that's all I can think. It's okay. And I can kind of forgive it for the sole fact they do stack attack. So the fact that it's not the highest attack stat turn 1, with them being a free-to-play LR, but they are easy aid, so there is that. But being a free-to-play easy A unit and being able to stack attack, it being like 2.5, 2.6 million without support isn't too bad to me. It's not the best, but it isn't too bad because they do stack. However, on their leader skill, they are a GT Heroes or World Tournament category lead, giving key plus 3, HP and attack and defense plus 120. The leader skill actually isn't too bad. The leader skill is actually quite nice. World Tournament really isn't hero there unless they do eventually drop, a Super Battle Road or ESBR mission or something. So that's neither here nor there. Having a GT Heroes alternative lead, giving 120 across the board, is actually quite nice, especially if you're missing the Super Saiyan, GT Vegeta and Goku. So that is quite nice. On 12 key, as I said, they do stack attack by 30% every time they super on both 12 and 18 key. But on 12 key, of course, they cause colossal damage to the enemy. And they also lower defense by 40% for 3 turns, which is actually quite nice in a Super Battle Road setting. So right now, we've got every attack link active. They have supered once, or attacked, yeah, they supered once. So on 300, they're literally just over a 300k attack stat after 1 super, no support. And 144k defense. But they do get 10% defense for each attack performed up to 70%, and get attack and defense plus 100% at the start of turn. So in terms of the numbers at the beginning of turn, we're looking decent. We're looking decent. With the attacks that I expect it to, go to ridiculous lengths because, again, they do stack. So what are we up to after picking up some orbs? We're up to a 602k. There. Let me try that again. 602k attack stat. That's actually quite nice. It's quite nice, but again, they do stack, so I am expecting a decent attack stat. But bearing in mind, they have only super attacked once. So what are they actually putting out on super? 3.3 mil, especially with the legendary power link active as well. That's good. That's good. So if we had the legendary power link active with the support, we would have been like 3.5 mil. And turn 1, you're probably looking at a 3 million attack stat without support. Okay. Okay. You know, if you don't link him with other LRs, it's a little bit lackluster starting, but they do stack, so it kind of makes up for it. If you do have the legendary power link active on super, the attack stat is good. I mean, the attack they're putting out is good, but again, they do stack, so it's kind of like to be expected, you know, because it's going to continuously rise. So yeah, the attack is obviously going to be looking good, obviously. But on 18 key, of course, they do continue to stack. They also lower attack by 20% for 3 turns. So, I mean, I guess you would probably much prefer to consistently be getting a 12 key off if they lower defense by 40% for 3 turns, whereas 18 key, they lower defense by... No, they... Oh, okay, never mind. Here's me thinking they lowered both. On 12, they lowered defense by 40%. On 18 key, they lower attack by 20% for 3 turns. I mean, that can be handy. You know, depending on what event you're doing, you know, in Goku and Vegeta event, you kind of lose the ability to lower either of them quite soon. So, you know, depending on if you're maybe doing a Super Battle Road run with them, depending on who's getting attacked from where, if you have type disadvantage or, you know, who you have in a rotation, you can kind of maybe try and pick and choose whether you go for the 12 or 18 key. So that's okay. I mean, that's okay. On their passive, as I've already mentioned, they do get attack and defense plus 100% at the start of the turn, which is okay. They do get an additional defense plus 10% for each attack performed, stacked up to 70. So after doing 7 attacks, they'll be fully stacked up, which is okay because they do have 2 built-in additionals. They both are medium chances though. One of them, if you get 5 or more key spheres, you have a medium chance of launching a super attack, additional super attack. And the other one, you have a medium chance of an additional becoming a super attack when there is a Goku's family or Vegeta's family category enemy, which is quite nice that they have built-in additionals, which, to be fair, is actually, I was gonna say restrictions. The conditions are actually not that bad. The conditions are actually all right. The conditions are okay, considering the majority of the enemies in the game are pure Saiyan enemies and predominantly are Goku or Vegeta enemies. Then that's completely fine. So that's one additional, and then having an additional tied to picking up 5 or more key spheres isn't too bad. But in my opinion, I probably would have preferred if that one, if you're getting 5 or more key spheres, I would kind of prefer a guarantee. Do you know what I mean? You know, when you think about, for example, the Dokkan Fest Margin Vegeta we just got, if you get 6 or more key spheres, there's no chance for damage reduction. You get the damage reduction. If you get 6 or more key spheres with the Transforming Margin Vegeta, there's no chance for guard. You're guaranteed to guard. So I think, personally for me anyway, I don't know about you guys, I would have preferred that if I was getting 5 or more key spheres, that I was guaranteed to get kind of like a bonus. You know, I kind of would have preferred if you were guaranteed an additional for getting 5 or more key spheres. But maybe because they do stack attack, maybe that would be too OP. But yeah, having a medium chance of an additional becoming a super attack from 5 or more key spheres, or launching an additional attack that's medium chance of becoming a super attack with 5 or more key spheres, I don't know, it's okay. I think you should be guaranteed that additional, but that's just my opinion. They also get an additional key plus 2 per rainbow key sphere obtained, which, I mean, it's okay, but from what I'm gathering, they don't struggle for key. Their key links are shocking speed, which is an okay link. GT, which, if you're running them on GT heroes, is very easy to get off because they're GT units. You know, if you're running them for the GT link or in GT heroes, the majority of all the units are going to be GT units, and all the GT units pretty much have GT key link. So I don't know about that one. Then Shattering the Limit. So they have 3 key links, and one of them, again, if you're surrounded by, you know, if you're on a GT heroes team, it's very easy to get the GT key link off. In total, you're getting what? Shocking speed is 2, GT is 2, Shattering the Limit is 2. That's key plus 6. I mean, it's okay if you're putting them on a team where they're getting no key links off. But again, I think, in my personal opinion, I would have much preferred like an additional attack and defense plus, you know, 20-30% for per rainbow keys for obtained rather than key plus 2. Like, even without, what's this Goku giving us right now? Key plus 3, or is it 2? Key plus 3. Even without the key plus 3, like, we're not linked up with, like, we have what? Shocking speed and Shattering the Limit active. Take away his extra key plus 3. We're still not struggling for key. We're already kind of, you know, past the 12 key mark without him. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I think I would have preferred extra attack and defense per rainbow keys for obtained over that, rather than that. So yeah, I mean, that's just my personal opinion. I think we are fully stacked up with the defense right now. And our attack stat is slowly building up. But yeah, there's a few things in there that as I said, in my personal opinion, I would have preferred, as I said, that maybe an additional attack and defense per rainbow keys for obtained rather than key. 3.6 for up to, that's quite nice. That is also with support though. But we've only super attacked like, what, twice maybe? And then I would have preferred if that additional super was guaranteed with 5 or more key spheres obtained rather than a medium chance. Especially when you already have a medium chance of super attack when facing a Goku or family, you know, category enemy. I feel like the 5 or more key sphere additional super should have been guaranteed rather than a medium chance. But again, that's just me. So yeah, there's a few design issues I have with this unit. But they're nothing, so far from what I've seen, they're nothing ridiculous. Like, the fact they can stack attack is, I always find units that build up their attack a lot of fun. It does mean if you do take them in a longer event like this, or Vegeta event, you can get their attack stat to some pretty ridiculous lengths. And they'll be putting out some really good damage, especially because you do rainbow them for free and they are easy aid. So that is nice and it can be fun. But with the way Dokkan is now, especially with harder events, especially with Red Zone in a few months coming from year 7 anniversary, which, looking at their passive, they definitely will not be able to handle. When it comes to doing ESBR runs, some Super Battle Road runs, you know, Goku and GT Goku event and Vegeta runs, having a bit of extra defense to you is a little bit more important. I'm not saying their defense is bad. Once it's fully built up to that 70% on top of the attack and defense plus 100% they get anyway, and then also the GT Heroes and World Tournament category support, which, by the way, being a GT Heroes category support is very nice. Again, World Tournament's neither here nor there, but being a GT Heroes category support is very nice, especially with there not being a lot of support in GT Heroes right now anyway. And only giving them key plus 1 and attack and defense plus 20%? Really? Like, is that it? Like, even LR Roshi from the year 6 anniversary supported, what was it, Turtle School by key plus 2, I think, or key plus 3, but attack and defense plus 30%. It might have been 40, but at least 30. Only 20? Is it? Maybe that's because they support 2 categories rather than 1. But yeah, the support is nice for GT Heroes specifically, but the actual numbers aren't the greatest. But at least there is a bonus in there that they do support GT Heroes. We're up to a 509k attack stat though, and I was correct. I think their defense is fully stacked up. So 204k defense is what they're going to have when they're fully stacked up, and that's all they're getting, which, in terms of defense at the start of turn, that's actually quite good. Without having anything like guard, without having anything like dodge, without having, you know, damage reduction, they aren't going to be the best defensively, but their defense at the start of turn is actually quite nice. They're up to a 3.7 million attack stat right now. So the defense is okay, but without any of those 3 things, defensively, they're going to be a little bit risky. You take them into Super Battle Road, you're going to need to be wary of using items around them. How much they're going to take now? They have type disadvantage right now. Yeah. You're probably, like, this is the original Goku event, and we're not even on UI yet. We're not even on blue yet. So while that wasn't too bad for type disadvantage, you know, when it comes to ESBR runs and you figure out how much damage they can do there, you also think SSBE Vegeta can lower defense. GT, not only that, the GT Goku event, full power stage 4 Goku, you know, he's type advantage there and he does a lot of damage on super. Like, you need at least like 350, 400k defense to handle him. And that's on stackers. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Vegeta event they may be able to handle. but you would have to be very careful, and RNG would have to be in your favor where they don't get super attacked hardly at all along the way. Especially against SSBE again, because again, he lowers defense. These two don't stack defense, they don't get any extra defense on super, they don't have guard, they don't have evade, they don't have dodge. You would have to be very careful, because if they got super attacked and lowered their defense, they're not going to be having a lot of defense the rest of the turn. So if they took any more attacks after that, they're taking some big damage. So yeah, the defense at the start of turn is okay. Having nothing extra to add to their defense doesn't really help them. It doesn't really help them. We're up to a 579k attack stat. I think I'm going to do one more, but no, because they're going to kill them anyway. So I think I'm going to wrap this up now. But in terms of like, they're okay. I think they're okay. They're all right. I think they're okay is kind of the best they're going to get from me. As I said, stacking attack is fun. It's just not having anything extra defensively. You know, it kind of makes them very risky to run and not worth running over other units. Like, for example, if I compare them to EZA LR Margin Vegeta, his damage is so ridiculous that you can actually make a viable case for running him while he doesn't have the best of defense. Like, he has a bit less defense than these two, but his damage output is so insane that he kind of has a viability to run him, especially in Super Battle Road where you can AoE, do big damage on AoE, and have a medium chance to stun. Whereas these two, I know they stack attack, but like in a longer event, I'm not going to take Margin Vegeta there. And considering how hard the longer events can end up hitting the deeper you go into them, the more risk they become. Especially again with SSBE, who lowers defense, GT Goku event with full power stage 4 having type advantage. You know, it's their better event, but it's still a risk running them. And then when it comes to Super Battle Road, they're not really going to offer you too much because they don't have time to stack up their attack. And their defense just isn't really good enough. So, I mean, they're okay. When I think about, like, for example, LR Roshi, I mean, he had guard. His defense was, what 120? No, he didn't have guard. But his defense was 120, but he also had the possibility to dodge, whereas these two don't have anything extra defensively. He had big attack added on his 18 key. He also had a revival mechanic in there. Like, Roshi had a lot going for him, whereas these guys are just, we stack attack. Yeah, I mean, they're okay at best. They're very, very lackluster when you consider the standard of free-to-play unit in Dokkan, but let me know what you think of them down in the comments. I'm going to end this one here. If you have enjoyed, again, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe if you're new. I'll see you next video, guys, and push!